Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Williams and I work for Canine Companions for Independence, and I'm so excited to be here with you today, even virtually, to tell you more about our organization, what we do and how we do it, and then of course how you can get involved if you'd like. So again, thank you so much for having me. I do public relations and marketing for our Northwest region, and I'm just really pleased to be able to be with you today. So here we go. So first, let me tell you a little bit about Canine Companions. Canine Companions is a national nonprofit organization that provides expertly trained assistance dogs to adults, children, and veterans with disabilities completely free of charge. We were founded in Santa Rosa, California, not too far away from you, in 1975, and we've since grown to be the largest nonprofit provider of these incredible assistance dogs. And we're so proud that we're able to do this great work. And you'll learn more about this, but like I said, we're able to give these dogs away to people with disabilities completely free of charge. And that's because of donors and businesses and foundations that support us all over the country. So first, let's talk about why we do what we do, and that's because of our clients. The CDC reports that 1 in 4 people in the United States have a disability. That's about 61.4 million people. 25.7% of the population in 2016 said they had a disability that impacted major life activities. That's an incredible amount of people, and we really want to be able to help those people. And our veterans. We're really excited that we're able to give dogs to this group of people who've sacrificed so much for our country. There are 4.7 million veterans that have a service-connected disability. So a disability as a result of a disease or injury incurred or aggravated during active duty. That's an incredible number. It actually turns out to be about 25% of total veterans. So we're really excited that we're able to place dogs with veterans, and we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. And now children, another group that we serve with our skilled companions. Of the 62.2 million children under the age of 15, about 5.2 million of them, or 8.4%, have some kind of a disability. That's a huge number of children. And half of children with a disability were classified with severe disabilities. We're really glad that we're able to give our skilled companion dogs, which is a 3-part team, the dog, the child, and the parent, and help enhance independence for these kids that deserve it so much. Now let's take a look at who we are and what we do. And you'll see this adorable Canine Companions puppy sitting with Snoopy there. And that's on our Jean and Charles Schultz campus in Santa Rosa. Jean and Charles Schultz were huge donors, and Jeannie's still very involved and on our national board. And they donated the money and the acreage to make our beautiful campus up in Santa Rosa possible. So our mission, we enhance the lives of people with disabilities by providing highly trained assistance dogs and ongoing support to ensure quality partnerships. So again, what that means is we're not just going to place people with dogs and then say, see you later. We're always going to follow up for the lifetime of the placement to make sure that everything's going great. Answer any questions they might have, help them with any issues they may be having. We want to make sure that these teams are really well equipped out in public. We were founded in 1975, and since then we've placed over 6,400 assistance dogs. We placed 367 dogs in 2019. So last year, over a dog a day. That's pretty incredible. So now more about what we do. Canine Companions is the first and largest provider of assistance dogs for people with disabilities. We were founded in 1975 in Santa Rosa, California, as I mentioned before, and we've placed over 6,400 expertly trained assistance dogs across the country. We have 6 regional centers across the country. You'll see these yellow houses that kind of show where our regional centers are. One in Santa Rosa, California, one in Oceanside, California, in Southern California there, one in Irving, Texas, one in Delaware, Ohio, one in Medford, New York, and another in Orlando, Florida. So we really cover the entire country. So people can, our clients can come to wherever is their closest training center to get their dog, be matched with their dog, and for that follow-up service as well. And we also do some travel. So to show you kind of our impact, this slide is a little outdated. We've actually placed over 6,400 placements. Those are our teams of people with disabilities and their service dogs. We have over 250 employees across the country, over 100,000 supporters. That's so incredible. And over 750 puppies born each year. We also have volunteers that are all across the country, and they're really the foundation of our organization and form nearly 45 volunteer chapters all across the country. And we'll talk a little bit more about this, but these volunteer chapters are groups of volunteers, supporters, graduates who just want to help out, and also they do some really fun social activities. So I'll talk about who we serve. As the largest assistance dog organization in the world, we give the gift of independence by training and pairing dogs with people with disabilities. And our program provides these highly trained assistance dogs to adults with physical disabilities. Those would be our service dogs. We also provide hearing dogs to adults who are deaf or hard of hearing. We provide skilled companions to children with disabilities. We also provide service dogs to veterans with physical disabilities or post-traumatic stress disorder, and we'll talk more about that. That's a really incredible program, as well as professionals who work with vulnerable populations. So I'll talk a little bit about each of these categories and kind of what the dogs do. Because I know that's really interesting. So for service dogs for adults with physical disabilities, those dogs are going to learn to turn on and off lights, open and close doors, pick up dropped items and return them to their handler. Some of them even learn to pull someone in a manual wheelchair, which can really help people who can maybe have rotator cuff issues because of that constant, motion of pushing their wheelchair forward. So that's pretty incredible. Then we also provide hearing dogs to adults who are deaf or hard of hearing. And those incredible dogs actually alert people to important sounds in their environment by nudging them and then taking them to the source of the sound. So that could be a fire alarm, a baby crying, maybe even your name being called. So those dogs are really incredible. We also, like I said, provide dogs to children with disabilities, our skilled companions, and those dogs are going to do a lot of the same tasks as our service dogs, like picking up items, delivering them, doing a lot of those same tasks, but sometimes doing them in a different way to help the kids, which is really fun to watch. Then we also provide service dogs to veterans with physical disabilities, as well as veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. So those dogs, the dogs for veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder, actually have specific commands that they learn to actually help mitigate the PTSD symptoms for that veteran. So they learn things like anxiety and nightmare interruption. They learn physical commands to create more space in public, and other things to help the veteran feel a lot more comfortable and enhance their independence. And then we have our facility dogs that are going to work with professionals who work with vulnerable populations. So some of those facility dogs will use those same service dog commands, but use them in different ways, creative ways, with our professionals who use those dogs in criminal justice settings, hospitals, physical therapy, occupational therapy, really a number of settings to help children and adults in vulnerable populations. So once you graduate with a Canine Companions dog, you not only get the dog, but you get all of us too, the Canine Companions family. We are partners with the graduate for the duration of the placement. So we'll help them with follow-up services. We travel to recertify our teams. All of our teams are Assistance Dog International certified. And make sure that everyone's feeling really good about their new team. The dogs, the training, and the follow-up services cost over $50,000, but are all provided free of charge, like I said, due to the generosity of people and businesses and organizations all across the country. So now the disabilities we serve. While the people that we serve have over 65 different disabilities, Canine Companions assistance dogs can meet their diverse needs and impact their lives in powerful ways. And I think it's just important to look at this slide and kind of see the big range of disabilities that we serve with our dogs. So where we serve, this is about our facility dogs. So more about them. Our Canine Companions facility dogs are trained in 40 commands to help vulnerable populations in rehabilitations, therapy, trauma, and education settings. While facility dogs are not permitted in public outside of their facility, these highly trained dogs are more than pet therapy animals and learn these incredible tasks so that they can assist with the needs of their clientele. And like I said, in hospitals, sometimes special education classrooms, speech therapy, rehabilitation centers, district attorney offices and courthouses, just a huge number of places that our facility dogs can help. And now our veterans. With the increase in military veterans returning with post-traumatic stress disorder, we were really proud that in 2018, Canine Companions launched a pilot program to directly place service dogs with veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. And this has gone really well since we launched it. We've had really nothing but great feedback from our veterans. These dogs are trained in tasks like anxiety and nightmare interruption. They turn on lights in the rooms ahead of their veterans. They retrieve items and also support their handler in crowded public situations that might provoke anxiety for individuals with PTSD. So that's a really powerful tool. So more about our veterans program. We were the only assistance dog organization to be selected by the Department of Veterans Affairs for a long-term study on the efficacy of service dogs on veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. And we're anxiously awaiting those results, but we were hearing such positive results from our veterans that we were excited to be able to expand our pilot program to not only serve our veterans in California from our California centers, but also from our New York and Texas centers. These dogs, again, are trained to specific commands to mitigate the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. And we were also really excited to expand our Jean and Charles Schultz campus in Santa Rosa with the new addition of a sensory-friendly training building, giving us additional space that we so desperately needed, and also a space that's designed to better serve our veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is really incredible. It's in the back of campus. It's quiet. It's really got some calming elements to it. Really a wonderful place for them to learn and train with their dogs. So now that I've told you a bit about our program, I'm excited to be able to show you a really adorable animated video that really exemplifies our program and what we do and kind of how we do it. And it's a really cute animation. So here we go.
Canine Companions for Independence is a nonprofit that provides highly trained assistance dogs free of charge to people with disabilities. At their national headquarters in Santa Rosa, California, the work starts before puppies are even born. They work hard to meticulously select and pair dogs for breeding. Litters are then raised in homes with volunteers. At the same time, a request for an application is submitted online. As the applicant's paperwork is being filled out and sent, the quickly growing 8-week-old pups are placed with volunteer puppy raisers where they will be cared for and learn basic socialization and obedience skills. Before applicants are accepted to receive a dog, they go through a multi-step interview process, including a phone interview, medical paperwork, and an in-person interview. Accepted applicants are put on a wait list until they are invited to a team training class to be matched with an assistance dog. When the dogs are fully grown, they leave their puppy raisers and return to Canine Companions to work with skilled professional trainers to learn advanced commands and tasks. Then comes the day when the person and dog meet for the first time. Here at Team Training, the newly matched team learn to work together and training continues until they graduate as new partners. Canine Companions will continue to follow up with the pair for the lifetime of the placement, serving as a support system for the team. Canine Companions for Independence has been providing assistance dogs to people with disabilities free of charge since 1975.
Okay, now the cutest part of our mission, I think, the puppies. So about our puppy raising program, at 8 weeks old, these little adorable puppies are placed with volunteer puppy raisers who raise them for 15 to 18 months, so about a year and a half. They take them to puppy classes, socialize them, teach them good manners and basic commands. It's really an incredible gift. I always say I've raised a puppy before. I always say it's as rewarding as it is heartbreaking because, of course, you love the puppy that you've raised, but you know it's important to give it up for this great cause. So these people put, so much time, energy, maybe a little carpet stain, sacrifice a lot for these puppies and for our mission, and then give them back to their nearest training center, their regional training center, where they go to professional training. We have over 1,200 volunteer puppy raisers across the country, including 12 prison puppy raising programs where our puppies are actually raised by inmates in prisons across the country. And I'll have a video that'll show a little bit more about that in just a little bit. We also have over 30 college puppy raising programs. So that's a really incredible gift that those students, who I'm sure are so busy already, give to our program by raising puppies while they're in college, some even in the dorms and stuff. So it's really incredible and a great way for our puppies to get a ton of socialization on campus. So, as I promised, we'll talk a little bit about professional training. Each dog returns to their regional training center for 4 to 9 months of professional training. So after thorough health and temperament evaluations, our professional instructors train more than 40 commands to enhance independence. During a 2-week team training, students with disabilities are matched with their incredible dogs and learn how to use the dog. So they're really based on the needs of the handler and the skills of the dog. And that's how they be matched. The assistance dogs are already trained, of course, but the team training is a time to teach the humans to work with their new dogs. So again, we provide these assistance dogs at no cost, and we do require our graduate teams to maintain contact with us for annual veterinary checks. We do recertifications for public access. The dogs work for an average of 8 to 10 years, and then we have, of course, a discussion about retirement, and we can also have them apply for a successor dog, which would be another dog to kind of follow in their first dog's or second dog's footsteps or paw prints, more appropriately. So we have over 50 professional instructors across the country, and they teach these dogs over 40 commands. Like I said, picking up dropped items, turning on and off lights, opening and closing doors, and more. It's really incredible to see. And once things are back to normal, I would welcome you all when our campus is open to come by for a tour, and we can give you a demonstration of what these dogs can do in person. It is really something to see. So now team training. After the dogs are trained in professional training for 4 to 9 months, They are ready to be in team training. And while the dogs are being trained, their future partners are applying for an assistance dog. During the application process, we learn more about the applicant's needs to see how an assistance dog might best help them. When the dogs are ready and the people are selected, they're invited to a team training for 2 weeks, and they actually stay on our campus for 2 weeks where we have dorm rooms, and they stay there and are matched with their new fully trained dogs. And they actually learn how to use them. They go through lectures. It's 5 to 6 days a week for those 2 weeks, where they'll do practical, handling and actually learn how to handle the dogs, but also a lot of lectures to learn more about dog handling and dog care, and also how to, teach new commands and continue training for their specific needs.
This is no ordinary puppy. He's a Canine Companions for Independence assistance dog in the making. Born, raised, and trained to rise to any challenge. Partnered to give independence to a child, adult, or veteran with a disability, entirely free of charge. Learn how you can give independence and give a dog a job at cci.org.
I just love that video, and I hope you did too. So now let's take a look at our impact. In 2019, our puppy raisers touched over 2 million people in schools, hospitals, and libraries, making visits. That's really incredible, and just kind of a fun extra part of our mission when our puppy raisers get to help people out in the community. We had 5.3 million touches in therapy, hospitals, courts, and schools by 430 of our incredible facility dogs. We graduated 368 teams, over a dog a day in 2019. We had last year over 2,500 active graduate teams nationwide. We had over 775 puppies enter professional training, and over 1,300 puppy raisers and breeder caretakers who added over $20 million in value to our mission in their time. It's just incredible. So now a better look at where we are, and this also shows where our volunteer chapters are across the country. So you'll see our training centers have stars, and then our volunteer chapters are going to be those circles there. And we have just a great number of volunteer chapters in the Northwest region, including ones in the Bay Area, in the East Bay, and in the South Bay. And our volunteer chapters are really just incredible groups of volunteers, graduates, supporters who want to just get more involved. They do fundraisers, social gatherings, and just they have a lot of fun and raise funds and awareness for our mission. So in normal times, of course, social gatherings, a lot of presentations, and things like that. So it's a wonderful thing to get involved with.
For the majority of us, when we get to Coffee Creek, it is extremely shocking and depressing. I was in a very, very dark place. I had come from an abusive relationship and was very depressed when I first got to the facility. When I started seeing the dogs around the facility, it was like seeing a ray of hope, a ray of light, knowing that I needed to be a part of that for my healing and to be a part of something bigger.
At Coffee Creek Correctional Facility, we have a puppy program where female inmates raise puppies for Canine Companions for Independence. They teach the dogs how to interact with each other and learn their basic 30 commands, and then they go on down to Santa Rosa for professional training.
It is a really difficult program to get into. You have to have perfect conduct and be a contributing member of the community there at Coffee Creek. And I got Sonic, and to have interaction with a baby, whether it's a furry baby or a non-furry baby, brings out so much love and light and hope. A puppy kiss is one of those things that's pretty priceless. And it just melts your heart and it makes you feel like everything's gonna be okay. Working with the dogs and working with Sonic and the other women gave me a lot of confidence back, especially after being in an abusive relationship. When your voice has been taken away, I gained more confidence in myself. You have to learn to gain respect from the dogs so they'll listen to you. We learn patience, and all of that was just a recipe for healing. People have asked, isn't it hard to get a puppy and let it go? And knowing that you're training these dogs to go out and help someone, you put your heart and soul into it. You want them to be the strongest dog, the most independent dog, so that they can help someone and pass on that independence. I knew from his wiggly little butt and how loving he was that he was gonna go to a child.
Morgan is an amazing kid, and she also has autism. We've wanted to give her that independence and have that buddy to be with her and give her that strength to go out and be in the world. So we went down this crazy journey, and has been the best decision we've made in our life.
Sonic is my best friend, and he stays with me almost every single minute of every single day. The lab command is one of his favorite ones.
He's actually providing the deep pressure on her, which helps calm her sensory output down. In a shutdown phase where she's like not able to talk or something, she'll kind of shut down on herself. And so she, for some reason, can still talk to Sonic. So she'll say, Sonic, get, and he'll pick up her pencil if she drops it. We've gotten to the point where she had no friends. She didn't want to go to school. She didn't want to do anything. She just wanted to hide in her own little safety nest at home. So with Sonic by her side, it's given her a little bit more of a drive, a little bit more of a focus.
Since Sonic came into my life, I've had all these different dreams that I've wanted to do. I want to be a forensic scientist when I grow up and go wherever that leads me.
I would love to say to Canine Companions and all their supporters, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, they are a special kind of people.
One of the things that I think is really amazing is that none of the female inmates involved with the Coffee Creek Puppy Program have re-entered the prison system here in Oregon since it opened in 2001.
Since leaving Coffee Creek, life has been good. It's been a hard transition. I am blessed to be free and with my family. meeting the Nutter family and getting to see Morgan and just hearing about how much Sonic had impacted her life, everything feels right. I know that he has found his new partner in life and he is giving her his all.
Wow, that video always gets me emotional. It's just so beautiful to see the impact that our dogs have in so many ways, even ways we didn't expect. So that's just incredible. And now I'm excited to tell you about ways that you can get involved with Canine Companions. So we have events throughout our region and throughout the country. But here in the Northwest region, we have Sit, Stay, Sparkle, and that's our regional gala. Typically, it is in person on our Santa Rosa campus and also held in Seattle as well. But this year it is virtual. If you're interested in more information about that, you can go to cci.org/sitstaysparkle. But Sit, Stay, Sparkle is our gala event. This year it's going to be virtual. You will see another beautiful video like the one you just saw about Sonic. And also bid on exciting auction items, hear from a graduate speaker. It's going to be a wonderful event that will raise a lot of money for our mission to help, make dogs like Sonic match with people like Morgan. So really exciting. And we also have our Dog Fest events, and the one closest to you is going to be Dog Fest Bay Area. Usually we have this event in Oakland at Jack London Square, and we actually partner with Jack London Square, Dog Fest Bay Area, and their Boo, Bark, Brews, and Bites event. And it's a really fun day. Of course, this year it is going to be virtual, and it's actually going to be held on Halloween this year. So October 31st on Halloween, join us virtually from the comfort of your couch. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be some fun Halloween themed dog tutorials, a canine costume contest that's going to be a ton of fun. So join us on the Facebook event page. And you can also learn more about that at cci.org/dogfestbayarea. And again, that's just a ton of fun, that event. So now more about how you could volunteer if you're interested. Events are very much volunteer led. Our events are a lot of times managed and coordinated by our incredible volunteers and helped managed, of course, by our staff. But if you're interested in getting involved in our events, you can always reach out. We would love to have you. If you're just interested in registering and attending, we'd love to have you there as well. So then we also have our chapters, which I talked a little bit about, our volunteer chapters all over the country. They would love to have your involvement if you're interested. Like I said, in normal times, they have a lot more social gatherings, fun puppy play dates, social gatherings for graduates as well. And they also put on events, fundraisers, and have just a lot of fun. So you can look at our website at cci.org/northwest for more information about that. And fundraising as well. If you're ever interested in raising funds, there's lots of ways to do that on our website. You can also do it very easily through our Facebook fundraisers. There's a number of ways that you can get involved in fundraising, and we just welcome you to do that, of course. Like I said, these dogs are valued at about $50,000, and we're able to give them all away completely free of charge because of the generosity of donors and organizations all around the country. So then there's another way that people can get involved, and that's puppy raising. So if you're interested in opening your heart and your home to one of our Canine Companions puppies, you can go to cci.org/raise to learn more. And like I said, that's a really fun activity that is also, takes a little piece of your heart when you give that puppy back. So those are ways that you can get involved. And now I just want to make sure that you guys know how you can ask any questions if you have them. You can go to cci.org for a whole lot more information on our website. You can also email us at info@cci.org or give us a call at 1-800-572-BARK. and we would just love to have your support. So thank you so much for joining us for this presentation. We really appreciate it.